Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you here on Tuesday, March the 11th. Tournament tip off all the big schools today. And it means I got Matt Fargo, Brian Bitler with some college basketball free picks, which were a nice 32 and 25 on the year with our free picks here. We'll give you three more in just 1 second. But before we get to that, you have to hit the like, notification bell, subscribe, all that good stuff here on the Winner Circle YouTube channel so you know each and every day we roll in here with college hoops, some NBA. Maybe we're talking some baseball futures. Maybe it'll be baseball free picks in another 2 weeks. Whatever you do, like, share, notification bell, subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss out. Friday live, as always, at 1 p.m. Eastern. And there's that. There you go. Don't forget to like, subscribe, get notified by Winner Circle Sports Betting Channel. They put it here in case I don't mention it 6 times during the show. Now, if you want our premium plays, our best bets, head over to gamblersworld.net. Our sponsor, our host, we get all of our top plays from these two gentlemen, myself included, and all the other top handicappers there. You see the leaderboard. You know how we do, win or lose, always the truth, no hiding from the records. We have tournaments starting. We have a kind of like an early bird package, even though tournaments have begun. But for $229, you get everything through the men's championship game in April. Not bad. We'll cover all the tournaments for you, the big guys, the little guys, the whole kit and caboodle of college basketball. That's a great deal. $229 is a good deal. Now, if you do a 30-day package, it takes roughly a couple days after the fact, and it's guaranteed. And you get all of the plays included in that one. You'll get baseball. You'll get hockey and NBA. You get everything that everybody puts out, and it's guaranteed. Whether it's a 7-day, 30-day, those packages guaranteed. Show your profit or we credit you back. But you want the college hoops? There you go. $229. Go get it, and forget it. There you go. We're going to save you some money on one side of things, and we'll put money back in your pocket on the other side of the coin, as we like to say. And, of course, days like this when there's a lot of games and there's multiple packages from cappers, and Matt puts up multiple packages. I got a couple up. I got a package up for tomorrow already in college basketball. So buy a day pass, $69.99 for the complete all-you-can-eat buffet kind of deal we have here at Gamblers World. Now, Brian Bitler is back. Good to be with him. He's here. He had to go see the tax man last week, go see the accountant. He's here. He looks all right. He's got a headset on. He didn't get taken to the bank. He's got a shirt on. He's not wearing some kind of a little toga, paper gown. Must have been all right there. Good to have Brian back with us today. How was your week, fella?
Well, it's always good to have a good accountant to make sure you're getting all the money back, or you're getting all the deductions that you should be getting. But as far as sports picks go, I had a great December and January, February, awful. But you know what? I'm starting to get back on track. 10-5 last 15, 67%. So I'm just trying to put out winning days as we get closer here to big time conference tournaments.
Yeah, we got as we do the video, we got a game that could tip off in about an hour from the big schools. Even though they're the bottom level of these conferences, we'll be talking about some of these early round games. It is what it is. Matt Fargo. Now, Matt's got to be kind of pumped up here. Stanton out, Cole out. I mean, the Yankees not going to be good. The Red Sox are good, but maybe the Blue Jays break through. Who knows? He's got to be happy a little bit there that the Yankees going down, falling like flies.
Yeah, slick little hope, I guess. I never want to root for injuries, though. Garrett Cole's a good dude. I feel bad for him. It's too bad. You know, as a Yankee hater, still, I don't want to see that happen. You know.
Yeah, I'm not an injury guy either.
Yeah. Maybe made the race a little tighter. We'll see. Orioles will be good. Obviously, the Red Sox are probably the team that I like the most in the division right now. But hey, anything can happen. We'll see what happens. So, looking forward to college hoops today. Early starts. For the rest of the week, it's going to be a great week. This is, some people love March Madness. Obviously, I do. But I think this is the best week of college hoops. The conference tournaments where, any team can get in for the most part. We saw NC State last year. I forget what seed they were, 10 maybe. They made a run to the Final Four. And, It's rare, but, who knows? Maybe we can see it again. Look forward to a big day. I got some games this afternoon and tonight. Coming off a 2-2 night last night. Depending on Robert Morris, some might have went 1-3, 1-2-1. They won by 3 in overtime, who I had, and the line closed at 3.5. Well, it was 2.5 most of the day. So depending on that is the overall record, how that went. So looking forward to a big day and a huge week.
Matt brings up a good point here, people. This is why we have packages. You get a weekly pass, a 3-day pass. We put games out the night before, early in the morning, and you come in and say, oh, the game's going to start in a half hour. Let me see what I got. Lines move. The lines move. You always, again, you might catch a line and you got a better number. It loses today. But over the timeline of your betting, that's going to pan out a lot more wins than it is losses. You'll be in a plus for those things. You gotta, you can't wait till you turn on a TV show and see who's everybody got it on the pick channel like 3 days before. Oh, look at this, we got games at 12 o'clock. Let's see who's everybody picking. No, you can't do that. Whether it's NFL, NBA, right, Brian? You can't do that, Brian.
Half the story, it's not just, winning the pick is number one, but you want to have the best number at closeout. You want to be beating that final number. If you're onto a guy who's giving you a pick and you're subscribed to Sean Higgs, let's say, he's giving out a pick at plus 2.5, and by the time it closes, it's at a pick 'em. If you got in there with Sean when he first put that pick out, you have a much better chance to cash. So beating the final number is the goal.
It is. That's what we stress, and we'll get to pick second, but we always say, like, all right, it's a losing day, we move on. You have to, it's not just a day. It's not just a week, it's a month. We do this every day. Over the long run, those games, it flips to the other side. You can't get upset over. You can't. I mean, it's upsetting, yes. Oh my goodness, I got a +4, went down to a 1, and then I lost. Over the year, believe me, they win more than they lose, folks. It's frustrating. We get it. We understand. Now what's frustrating is that we got a couple of these 12 versus 13s, these kind of lower seed kind of games going today here. We'll be talking about the Big 12 and the ACC. We're going to start with Brian here with Arizona State and Kansas State. This one was a 4.5 on opener. It's quietly ticked up here to a 6.5. And all right, they finished on what? Arizona State finishes on a 1-10 run. Their lone win was over this Kansas State team. And just a month ago, Kansas State was like a flavor of the month. Look at this. We beat Arizona. We beat Iowa State on the road. We're getting 10. We win by 10 on the road. We beat Kansas. He had a nice little run. And now they're 2-5 down the stretch here. What do you think about this game?
For me, I think this is the hardest game of the three that we're going to discuss for me. And it's, just a slight lean here to Kansas State. Obviously, I like them much better at the 4.5 number, but it's not going to scare me off. I think Kansas State is one of the better sub-500 teams in college basketball. Arizona, I love to see the strength of schedule in this one. I think Kansas State's played tougher out of a conference schedule. So for me here, I think it's a double-digit 10-point win for Kansas State, but I'm not betting the house on it. Just a lean here.
K-State, he's saying double-digit. Well, you know what? You need a double-digit when you're laying basically a 7 spot here. You want to be up a little bit. So you got some wiggle room there at the end because you know how those shenanigans happen, folks. Yeah. You've seen it. You've seen some craziness at the end of games for some covers. Official Brian Bitler free pick here in the Big 12, 7 p.m. tip-off tonight here on Tuesday. Kansas State -6.5. Matt Fargo, thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with Brian. This line to me doesn't make much sense. Looking at the game yesterday before the lines actually came out, Ken Pom had K-State -1. And like Shawnee said, it opened at 4, went up to 4.5. Now it's up to 6.5. And it's one of those games where it's like they want you to take Arizona State with that number. And I don't know why it has gone up so much. Arizona State is probably going to be down 2 scorers who are, I think, number 5 and 6 on the team, averaging under 10 points a game, which isn't really significant. So I don't know if that's because of it or if it's because Kansas State has had more success in these tournaments, more recently with their coach. I don't get the line move, but I think because of that, I think Kansas State is the side. Just looking at Arizona State, as you said, they finished 1-10. Just going the wrong way, but I'm not playing it personally. But if I had to, I think Kansas State is the play just based on the line itself.
Matt Fargo agreeing with Brian here. I look at this one as, like I said, Ken Pom had this at 1. It's 6.5. Is it enticing? You mentioned the coaching. At least, Kansas State always kind of plays kind of tough, right? That's no matter who's coaching them. You know what you're going to get out of these guys, especially at home, but they're going to show up. Hurley probably on his way out over there. I'm gonna, I think his the bet has been made, and if they get rolled out of here, if they go and lose this one by, let's be honest, this game could be like 76-55 or some nonsense. I think they'll show them the door on Monday, or today's actually Tuesday, so they'll show them the door on Wednesday or Thursday, I guess. But there, again, official pick here for the video is Kansas State minus 6.5. Get all of Brian's top plays, his premium action at gamblersworld.net. He's on a nice little heater, and that's what it's about this time of year. All time, we always want to be on the heater, but Brian is hot right now. Now, game number 2, the ACC. Another 7 p.m. tip-off here. Syracuse and Florida State. So we're looking at, a 3 in this game here now? Is that what I'm seeing? 2.5?
3.5.
3.5 here with the Seminoles. 149. I got a top play on this one, so I really don't want to go in. It's on my 3-pack on the site. So I really don't want to give too much away because it'll whatever. I can't give it away. Go ahead, Matt. Pick it. It's your game. I'm not gonna say much on it. Go for it.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm gonna take Florida State here. I think they're in the better spot. They played a relatively stronger schedule than Syracuse. You can't trust Syracuse away from home. I think they've only won 2 games on the road this season. They did not, or they went 0-3 in neutral games and 2-9 on the road. So not a good resume. They won their final home game of the season against Virginia to close it out. I think it's a good spot for Florida State. They finished 8-12 in the conference. The one thing with that, their schedule, I'm just going to go over their schedule real quick. Down the stretch, they had a 4-game losing streak. They went to California for 2 games in late January against Cal and Stanford. Lost both of those. Had to come back, play Virginia Tech, which was really their only bad loss of the season. They lost by 10 at home in that game. Back on the road at BC, they ended up losing by a point. Not a great loss, but 1 point on the road after that. Travel isn't horrible. And that they had a 4-game losing streak down the stretch. Losses to Louisville, UNC, and Duke. Those were given. And a 3-point loss at Virginia. Not horrible. And they closed the season with a decent win over SMU in their final home game for Leonard Hamilton, who was retired at the end of the season. I think they play hard again for Hamilton. I think they want to keep this going. They're 17-14 overall. They're not going to make the NCAA tournament, but they can still get into one of the lesser tournaments if they make a little mini run, 1 or 2 game winning streak in the ACC tournament. So I think they're still going to play hard for Hamilton. I don't like Cuse in this spot, even though I'm a Cuse fan. I don't bet with my heart. Their season was cooked early on, so I kind of really didn't pay too much attention to them, to be totally honest. I like the Seminoles in this spot, laying a short number.
Florida State minus 3.5 for Matt Fargo. Official pick here in the video. Again, we are 32 and 25 here at college basketball free picks. Brian, thoughts, Cuse, and the Noles?
Normally, me and Matt are pretty much simpatico on a lot of picks, but I think I'm going to lean to Syracuse here. This line doesn't really make much sense. You got a 13 and 18 team against 17 and 14. Florida State here hasn't looked good down the stretch, losing 1-4 last 5 overall. They have covered the last 2. But for me, Syracuse 4-1-1 against the number over their last 6 games. I'm going to lean here to Syracuse plus the points. I'm going to get in on that ASAP because it wouldn't shock me if it dropped 2.5 by tip.
It's bizarre. Sorry.
Didn't like my pick, I guess.
Apparently not. He blacked out on you.
Finish up what you're saying. Not come back.
Syracuse plus the points. That's my pick. I hate to go against Matt because we're usually thinking the same on these games, but
hey, no worries, man.
Game looks off to me. It looks a little odd.
So Syracuse, as I look there for Brian, I'm sitting here. All of my windows just shut. I had my hands on my here, and it just everything closed. I'm like, what the heck happened? It just randomly shut down.
That Texas heat.
No, but it wasn't a power because the internet's still on, all that. Like the lights didn't flicker. The windows just closed, and then I just had to open them back up. I don't know. Weird. Anyway, All right, enough of that. We're back. It didn't really affect anything. Official free pick so far. Kansas State minus 6.5. Florida State minus the 3. Again, get Matt's premium plays today. Get a daily pass from Matt for $69.99. He likes to come in with a bunch of games. He fires away. He's not scared to jump in it. Brian Bitler, the same. Get a daily pass when you have multiple picks up. $69.99 is a lot better than buying individual, or you buy a weekly pass where it's guaranteed. You can't go wrong with that. All right. Final free pick of the day here. Big 12 action again. Out to Kansas City, 9:30 tonight. Central Florida and Utah. When you talk Big 12 basketball, you got to talk about these blue bloods here. This is Big 12 UCF and Utah. I mean, man, what is going on in the world? UCF and Big 12 basketball. Anyway, you got the Utes here, a 2-point fave, a big kind of total here, 156.5. You got to love it. 14 seed. We're catching a little bit here. You just beat these guys about 2 weeks ago at home. 2-8 on the road, like most teams. Winning on the road is difficult. We talk about this all the time in college with these teams. They get these great home records, like, oh, look at this. And then, well, let's see how they do on the road. Everybody's got a bunch of losses. 1-9 for the Utes here. I sort of leaned a little Utah because I'm like, you know what? You helped me out the other day. You got a nice little backdoor there by half point versus BYU, but you're coming in bad. 4-5, 9-10. At least on the flip side, I got a team that's won a couple here. You know, UCF's won 3 or 4. Again, are either of these teams going on a run? I don't think so. Although we got Delaware in the CAA championship game, playing their 5th game in 5 nights here on a Tuesday. These two teams do not strike me as one of those making it happen. I'm going to go a little UCF here. You know, you want the 2, you want a little money line plus the 110, 115. I'd lean that route. I'm just again, when it comes to these lower tier of the big conferences, I'm going to look at who's kind of coming in playing a little better, where it'll kind of carry over. Where the other team, you're on a 1-9 run or 2-6, whatever the heck. Not just these teams, any team. They're just looking, let's get out of here. Maybe they're going to the portal. They just want to get out, end the bad season. The other team's winning a little bit more. I'm taking UCF. Let's go Knights. Brian, what do you think? You going to be a Ute guy or a UCF guy?
Well, I might have to pull Sean Higgs here. This is one of my premium picks, my nightcap play, available at gamblingworld.net.
There you go. Matt Fargo.
Ditto. This is my late powerhouse tonight, so I can't give too much of an opinion on it. But like you brought up a good point about, you know, winning on the road is important, obviously, this time of year if you want to make any sort of run. And neither of these teams have been able to. You know, all their Big 12 road games, they've both been underdogs in every game, and that's for a reason. But I see a couple advantages here for one side, and I'll leave it at that for now. So we'll back here UCF on the free play.
Look at this. Jeez. Who would have thought I got that one? There was
slightly into the over in this one. I think we can get up over that.
Right, we'll get a little over action from there, Brian Bitler. So again, official pick though, we're going to go with the UCF money line. I'm going to run down here. We'll call it a plus 105. We'll keep it low. It's, you know, the old days a 2 would have got you probably about a 120 back in the day, 115. Nowadays, it's basically even money. These rip-off books killing you here. Again, free picks are the free picks. You want our best bets, our premium action, games we love, and are stacking our coins on. You head on over to gamblersworld.net. We have the 3, 7, and 30-day packages guaranteed. We show you a profit, or we credit you back over that time. We got a nice day pass where we all have multiple packages up here during the week, tournament time, and NFL and college football Saturdays and baseball when there's a lot of games. Get a day pass for $69.99. You just want college hoops, the $229 deal. All college basketball, every tournament game, the big guys, the little tournaments, big tournaments, whatever the case may be, all inclusive for $229. There you go. The March Madness package is up. I'm sure in another week and a half there'll be a nice early bird baseball package for you. And if you haven't noticed this is why I tell you to like and subscribe and get the notification bells on Winner Circle. We've started doing some Major League Baseball. We've covered the AL. We've total covered the AL. We've hit the NL East. We're going to finish up the NL side of things this week, so they'll be popping out on the channel if you like that kind of stuff. Win totals, division winners. We'll probably do another show for baseball in another 2 weeks, like right before or after the Dodger opener there in what's that, Thursday 6 a.m. game in a week. I believe that's right. Is that a week away or 2 weeks away?
1 week, yep.
We'll come back with another show or two, maybe with some MVP kind of talk, futures, that kind of nonsense, homers, whatever. We'll think of something. People love it. These two guys love baseball. You know, Doug and Chip are baseball guys. I'm a baseball guy, so we'll have some baseball content coming for you on ahead. Again, K-State minus the 6.5, Florida State -3, UCF at a +105 here. Brian, Matt, and myself will be back here tomorrow doing college basketball. And that's a wrap here on a Tuesday, folks. Thanks for watching. Good luck, gentlemen.